Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now today, this is a little bit different. We're going to be going over a podcast. Well, we're going to be talking about a podcast. Well, not talking about it, but we're going to be using a podcast as today's video. So, so as you can probably see in front of you right now, I'm just going to be messing around trying to create a calculator I think I made. So yeah, it's just a time lapse of me making it. But yeah, so what today's topic is going to be about is that why you guys should learn to program right now, like in 2020. Right, okay, so let's get started, shall we? Okay, so I think probably one of the main reasons why you should learn programming right now is because of the future. Because if you can learn programming, like if you know how to program right now, if you know how to program, you're going to have such a big advantage in the future. It's going to be mental. Like the future is heading in the direction of just the whole world being run on code. So if you can code, don't you think that gives you such a huge advantage? But yeah, like what I'm saying is that you know how to code right now, you will be like some of the dominant people. You will be the person that will, how do I say it? That will run the world. There will be certain people that will have things that run the world, because as you know right now, like say Roblox for instance, a lot of people spend their time on Roblox. They spend a lot of their day on Roblox, which means if Roblox wasn't around, they would be doing other stuff. So that basically they are running off of Roblox. So if Roblox wasn't around, they wouldn't be doing that. They wouldn't be, they wouldn't have the life they had today. So if you can program, you can learn HTML, like my videos, you can go check those out. But if you can learn HTML, make a website, make a little business off it, start making some money, start getting it more popular, then it can just lead to bigger things than just you can ever imagine. Which brings me to my next point, money. So as you can probably tell, most big businesses are made off of programming, such as like you never find anything on the internet that doesn't have a single line of code in it. Everything needs program. If you want to make something that's successful, you need to have program inside of it. Let's take Facebook, for instance. Have you ever seen that movie, what's it called? The Social Network. You can see that he spent ages coding tens of thousands of lines of code to get to where he is right now. And that was just creating the website and the functions inside of it. It is, you can tell that everything you need, everything you would ever need to do is done with programming nowadays, or will be even more in the future. Let's go back to Facebook and say that, you can see how much money they've made, and the whole thing is ran off of code. Imagine he didn't know how to code. He would have to pay people to code, which brings me also to my other point, which is if you know how to program, you don't have to pay anybody else to do the work for you. Like, yes, if you have a good idea, you could pay people to build the website, build everything for you, and then they would get some money, or they would get percentage of your business. But when you're creating a business, you want to keep as much as you possibly can. You want to have that 100% of the income. So if you know how to program and you didn't pay anybody else, that means everything is your own. So then you can literally just, you're getting all the profits because you did everything yourself. And then again, also with it doing it yourself, say we've got a Roblox game and it's doing very well, but then Roblox updates its system. What's going to happen? You don't know how to program. You're going to have to try and find those guys that you had before. But what if they're doing something else? What if they are going, doing another project and they've just left you? They're just like, no, get lost, you know? Like, you need to know how to program, because then you can update your you can update your code. You can do updates when the game gets boring, or when Roblox, like I said, updates its system and they've brought in new items and your script is completely screwed up. You're going to need to know how to program to fix it. Which brings me to my last point, which is it's very helpful. I mean, if you can learn programming right now, it is insanely helpful with subjects like maths. I mean, I know, I've just excelled in maths from programming. Like, I've seen it sometimes when I was in a when I was in a maths lesson, I noticed that the teacher had set out the work and set out how it was done, such as a variable. So we were doing algebra, and she had set out the question like a variable, and you can see I knew that from programming. So it gives you a huge advantage for the future and a huge advantage for your learning. And it's, if you know how to program, it just helps out with everything. So I can't say it enough, but you guys need to just start learning. And also, don't say, like, I hear a lot of people say, okay, I want to learn how to program, you know, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week. No, any chance you can start, any chance you have of starting to program, you need to get to it, because the more you practice, the more you do it, the sooner you do it, the better you will be. And the better you will be, the more money you make, the more time you spend on something, the more it comes out, like the more effort that you pull out into it, the more it becomes big. So just, all I can say is learn to program.